Once upon a time, in a small town by the sea, there lived a little girl named Clare. Clare loved the beach more than anything in the world. She loved the way the waves whispered as they kissed the shore, the way the golden sand felt soft beneath her toes, and the way the salty wind danced through her hair. But most of all, she loved building sandcastles. Every day, Clare would run to the beach with her red bucket and yellow shovel. She would dig and pat and shape, making tall towers, deep moats, and tiny windows. Some days her castles had bridges made from seashells. Other days, they had winding paths made from smooth pebbles. But no matter how grand her castles were, the waves always washed them away by morning. One evening, as the sun melted into the ocean, Clare stayed on the beach longer than usual. The sky turned pink and purple, and the stars began to twinkle. As she scooped the last handful of sand, she saw something shimmering at the water's edge. It was a tiny golden shell, glowing softly in the twilight. Curious, Clare picked it up and placed it on the highest tower of her sandcastle. As soon as she did, something magical happened. The sandcastle began to sparkle. The towers grew taller, the walls became stronger, and the tiny bridges shimmered like gold. Clare gasped as she watched her castle come to life. Just then, the castle's gates swung open, and tiny lights flickered inside. Clare stepped closer and peered into the grand doorway. Inside, little sand people were moving about, carrying tiny buckets and building even more towers. There were sand horses pulling tiny carriages, and sand birds flying through the air. Clare couldn't believe her eyes. As she knelt beside the castle, a warm golden light wrapped around her. Suddenly, she felt very small. When she opened her eyes, she was standing right inside the castle. The sand people smiled and waved. Clare followed them through winding hallways and up spiral staircases. Everything was made of sand, but felt as sturdy as stone. The Sand Queen, wearing a crown of tiny pearls, greeted Clare warmly. She told Clare that because of her kindness and love for building, the magic of the sea had chosen her to visit their world. The Queen showed Clare the royal garden, where seashell flowers bloomed in all colors, and the library, where sandbooks held stories of the ocean's secrets. Clare was invited to the Grand Sand Ball, where tiny sand musicians played flutes made of driftwood, and dancers twirled like waves. She even got to ride a sand horse across the golden dunes, feeling the wind rush past her. But as the night deepened, the Queen took Clare's hand. She told her that when the first light of morning touched the sea, the magic would fade, and Clare would return to her world. Clare felt a little sad, but the Queen gave her a gift. A tiny bottle filled with sparkling sand. She whispered that whenever Clare sprinkled a little of it, she would remember her magical adventure. As the first rays of the sun stretched across the sky, Clare blinked and found herself back on the beach. The sandcastle was still there, standing tall and strong. But as she watched, the waves gently crept up, and with one soft sigh, carried it away. Clare looked down at her hand. The tiny bottle of sparkling sand was still there. Smiling, she tucked it safely into her pocket, and whispered a thank you to the sea. From that day on, Clare still built sandcastles. But now she built them with an extra sparkle in her heart. And every time the waves washed them away, she knew that somewhere, deep in the magic of the ocean, her sandcastle would always be standing tall.
The day's adventures fade away, the toys are sleeping where they lay. Your blanket's calling, whispers low, it's time to rest, it's time to go. A kiss to guide your dreams tonight, a hug to hold you through the flight. With every story, every song, our love will follow all night long. chair begins to creak as shadows stretch and softly speak. We'll guard you here, we'll keep you near. Your dreams are safe, there's naught to fear. A kiss to guide your dreams tonight, a hug to hold you through the flight. With every story, every song, our love will follow all night long. Sail away on silver streams to castles built of golden beams. Through forests deep and mountains wide, we'll cheer you on right by your side. A kiss to guide your dreams tonight, a hug to hold you through the flight. With every whisper, every tune, our love will light the brightest moon.